Welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your daily horoscope for 24th April 2021, which is a Saturday. But before I begin, please hit the subscribe button. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about today is the moon. The moon has been in the sign of Virgo for some time, all right? The moon's right here. And at about 3:30 a.m. Pacific time, the moon is going to trine Pluto. Right here. Okay, now what does this mean? A trine is a positive aspect. It's a 120-degree angle and it facilitates things. It makes things easy. And Pluto is transformation, death, rebirth, catharsis, regeneration, renewal, and the moon is our emotional body. So about around 3:30 a.m. Pacific time, we will feel emotionally renewed. We will feel emotionally renewed. And this is also very much connected to our material reality. We may feel renewed emotionally, regenerated emotionally because of some transformation that has taken place in our reality. Why do I say our reality? Because Capricorn is our material reality. It's the fabric of this reality. And Virgo is also the reality. It's how we plan, it's how we get organized. So when the moon and Pluto trine like this, it's a positive emotional transformation. It's positive and it's connected to a change in our material reality. Okay, so that happens at about 3:30 a.m. And this moon is also aspecting Jupiter. Okay, it's aspecting Jupiter. It's quincunxing it, making a 150-degree angle. 150-degree angles usually feel challenging. It feels like these two elements that are quincunxing don't get along. You know, they seem like if you focus on your emotions, then you're missing out on the other thing. So in this case, your emotions and Jupiter is blessings, it's optimism, it's hope. So there is a need to kind of integrate those two. So that's the first thing I wanted to touch upon. The second thing that I wanted to talk about happens at about 9:30 a.m. So I'm going to move the chart ahead. And at 9:30 a.m., the moon changes signs. It enters the sign of Libra. Now, two things are happening. One, the moon's changed signs. And the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. It has been in the sign of Virgo for the past 2.5 days, where we have been extremely focused on getting organized, getting things done, planning, focusing on our health, our routine, our diet, all those sort of things. And now it's come into the sign of Libra, and the focus for the next 2.5 days is going to be what? Relationships. Because Libra is the sign that rules relationships. Okay. However, as soon as the moon enters the sign of Libra, it will square, make a 90-degree angle with Mars. Okay, this does not feel very good because Mars is anger and frustration. At this point, at about 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, we may feel angry, we may feel frustrated. So just let that energy pass, channel it in something else. Usually Mars energy can be released with a workout or something like that. So maybe try something like that and try not to get angry and frustrated because this can create anger and frustration. And that happens at 9:30 a.m. And Mars is still at 0 degrees. It's still at 0 degrees. If you've seen my yesterday's video, you know 0 degrees is the spot where the eclipse on June 21st, 2020 took place. And Mars has been at 0 degrees since yesterday, meaning that it's been releasing all that energy that has been with us since June of 2020, the eclipse energy. And that eclipse energy was not easy. It was not fun. Okay. And the next thing happens at later in the day, okay, but I'll talk about it right now. You see, Venus and Mercury are going to meet up. Venus is at 12 and Mercury is at 11, okay? So by the end of the day, Mercury will come to 12 degrees. So let's see that happen. Let's see that happen on the chart, since it's always fun to see it, I think. So yeah, around there, it's hit 12 degrees. It's hit 12 degrees. Both Mercury and Venus are at 12 degrees. okay? And they're conjuncting. And what does this mean? Mentally, what is Mercury? Mercury is our mind, it's our routine, it's our health, it's our job, it's our communication. And what is Venus? Venus is relationships. It's our finances. It's beauty. It's our business partnerships as well. It's legal issues too. So when these two meet up mentally, we are focused on relationships, we are focused on Venus things, we are focused on finances, our skills, our self-worth, all those sort of things. However, that is not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that this conjunction, the Mercury-Venus conjunction, is squaring Saturn, squaring it, 90-degree angle, which means a challenge, which means you are required to make a change, which means you will have to make some effort, and this does not feel easy. Especially anything with Saturn does not feel easy. Why? Because Saturn demands hard work, it demands discipline, it demands decisions, hard decisions. And at this point, at about 11:30 p.m. Pacific time, you may be required to take some decisions. You may be required to take some decisions regarding your diet, your health, some communication that you may need to do, or it could be something regarding your own self-worth and values. That's an internal decision for you. Or it could be something about the skills you're about to learn, or about the relationship that you're in. It could be any one of these things, and it also covers business partnerships and legal issues. It may be that a legal issue has been building up in your life, and now is the time you'll decide that, hey, it goes this way or that way. Okay? So Venus is not always love related. It can be a business relationship or a legal issue as well. So that's important to note. And we will be required to take a decision or make a change. And it may not feel the best. It will not feel the best, rather. All right. And the reason I say this is also because the moon right here at 8 degrees is getting ready to oppose Chiron at 10 degrees. They're going to oppose each other. And Chiron is our wound. It's our deepest wound, but it's also our healing, and the moon is our emotions. And when they oppose like this, we feel a little wounded. I'll be honest, we do feel that. So this energy post, I would say 9 p.m, when it really starts to build up, is intense, will require some action, will require some decision, will feel like you're wounded. But it's temporary and it will pass. Because the moon moves so fast, things just pass. And Venus and Mercury are also moving really fast. So it won't stay for very long. By tomorrow, this energy will pass. And let me tell you a little bit of the positive that's going on in the background. Because although it may feel difficult in the moment, the background is really positive. For example, Saturn is trining the North Node. What does this mean? Whatever goals we have, whatever path we've chosen, Saturn is helping us move towards it. It's helping us build to that, and it's helping us lay a long-term foundation for that goal. At the same time, Saturn is sextiling the South Node, making a 60-degree angle. It's making us easy to leave the past. It's making it easy for us to do so. That's one positive thing. There are many positive things actually. Second is Chiron and the nodes. The North Node are going to sextile. They've already started, and as we move towards our goal, we will feel healed. We'll feel healed in our identity. So that's happening in the background as well. And the Jupiter-Pluto semi-sextile 30-degree angle is still on. As we transform, as we change, as we destruct old habits, old patterns, old thought processes, Jupiter is blessing us. It's making us see positive things are happening because of it. Okay, and by 11:30 p.m, Mars would have moved on from the eclipse spot. It's hit 1 degree, and whatever we had to release, we've released. Okay, so that's the energy for today. To sum it up, on Thursday, I believe we started to feel like everything's falling into place, coming together. On Friday, we released a lot of energy that has been with us since June of 2020. And on Saturday, the day will require some decisions, some effort, some hard work. It may not feel the best, but remember, in the background, positive things are happening. Now, I'm going to give you a brief overview on what's been happening in the astrology for the past year and a half or so that you can put this day into context. If you've seen this before, you can put the video off now. If not, I urge you to watch. So the first thing that I like to talk about is the Uranus-Chiron semi-sextile. And this energy is going to be with us all year. It is about healing our identity in unexpected ways, through unconventional skills, through unconventional ways of making money. That's what this energy is about, and it's going to be with us all year. The second thing that's happening is the Chiron-Saturn sextile, 60-degree angle, and we're going to be in this energy almost all year as well. Around Feb 9th, we started to take a decision rather, or build something that would heal our identity, and that decision would be tangible, visible, palpable by the end of the year. The third thing I would define as the theme of the year is the Saturn-Uranus square 90-degree angle, all right? And what is this theme all about? It's about getting rid of old traditional ways of being, thinking, and coming into your authentic self, getting rid of the idea of who you think you should be and becoming who you actually are. And that's something that someone will be tangible by the end of the year as well. The next thing I want to talk about is the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. They met up at 0 degrees of Aquarius around here in December of 2020, and they meet once in 20 years. So they started a 20-year cycle that will be with us till 2040. We've seen most of what this cycle will entail for us, most of it, not all of it. But we are going to take 2 more years to lay the foundation for this cycle that will be with us till 2020. Okay. The second last thing that I want to talk about is the Saturn-Pluto conjunction that happened here at 22 degrees of Capricorn. It happened in Jan of 2020. It happens once in 33 to 38 years. So in Jan of 2020, we ended a cycle that began for us between 1982 and 1984. And that was primarily concerned with relationships. And since Jan of 2020, with the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto, our material reality shifted completely. And this energy is going to be with us till they conjunct next, which I believe is in 2053. So that's a long time. And the last thing that I want to touch upon are the nodes. The North Node is in Gemini and the South Node is in Sagittarius. They were in the same placement between 2001 and 2003. So right now we are finishing up, reviewing, releasing, building on things, events, themes that took place in our life between 2001 and 2003. So that's all I'll leave you with. Please do hit the subscribe button and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.